And then I go back to the car and I'm looking for any kind of anything. And there was a little gray ripped pill with some white residue in it. And I take it and I put it in my change pocket. And I go back in the house. And then this girl comes over and goes into his room, and I hear her say, he doesn't know I'm listening, and I hear her say, "Why is she still awake?" And so then I go and I sit back down, and I'm like, what the fuck? I knew something was going on. I knew something was going on because there's these bruises on my body. There's on my arms. There's little finger hold down bruises on the back of my legs, on my arms. And I started just paying more close attention at this point in my life. And then after that, about 5 guys came over, one after another. And the last one said, "Hey, Joey, I thought you'd be in there getting the party started." To which I fucking said, "There's no fucking party today, guy." And I start making a scene. This is on the res down south, okay? So I'm making a scene, and he's throwing my shit out, whatever I had with me was getting thrown out. And I end up leaving. Now my ass is persistent, so do I take that as a cue I should get the hell out of there? No. The guy I was living with in Lake Elsinore, he's also from the reses. There's like 5 of them down there, so he was from a sister res. And I take him with me, make sure I have somebody with me. And well, one night I'm just going in, I guess. I don't even really remember what led up to this, but I must have been going in saying stuff like, "Oh, I saw you take the food, da 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 da." And that little casing that I had in my pocket ended up not there, so they must have freaking got me somewhere down the line and took that out of my pocket. They're because the stuff that they use, you don't feel like any time goes by. Like, I thought I was down there 3 to 6 months, 6 months max. I was down there for a year and a half. I mean, my periods would last 2 days. I didn't put that together, but that the pills or whatever it is that they're doing, you don't feel like you're missing a beat, but you are. I mean, I would think it's Tuesday and people are like, "It's Saturday," and I'm like, what? It's crazy. So, anyways, I'm going in on him, and I'm saying whatever it is I'm saying, and then he's sitting in his chair and he turns around when his eyes were this guy has baby blue eyes. His eyes were all black. I've never seen this before in my life. He turns around and he goes, "And it was me, and you liked it too," with his all black eyes. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I had something in my hand. I just wanted to check it. First time in my life I ever thought first. Normally I just belt out my mouth, or I just, I'll throw something or whatever, I was thinking, I thought first. It happened. It's not a myth. And I did it. And I didn't throw anything at his head. And I did, though, on my way out, take the door and hit the table 3 times, and whatever was on the table must have fallen off, and I didn't give a shit. But I also didn't have a car, so I didn't know where I was going. My phone was out of service, so I didn't have anyone to call. I couldn't call anyone, and it's dark time. And I got my bags, right? And could barely carry them. And so I'm walking in the dark on the res, and then go down to the hill, and then my bags are so heavy. I sit down on the corner of the busiest street right there, and I'm just sitting there, which it's one way. You know what I mean? It's 2 lanes. That's it. But it was the busy one right there. I sit on the corner, and I'm just like, and his dogs had followed me, so I'm kind of like saying, "You got to go back, you got to go back, hon." And the dog wasn't leaving my side. And then this truck pulled up, and he said, "What are you doing out here, boy?" And I was like, "Why are you calling me boy?" He's like, "Bitch, is that better?" I was like, "No." And I'm just sitting down because I'm not expecting anything violent to happen. I mean, why would it, But because of me banging the table 3 times, he must have called his neighbor, and wherever they were at, came. And so the guy's getting closer to me, and I'm still sitting there, and then he's out in front of me, and the dog now is in front of me. The dog is protecting me. And he kicks the dog. He yelps, gets him out of the way, and then he takes my backpack, because I'm sitting down with my backpack, and he drags me into the dirt, off the curb, onto the curb a little bit more, because there's a kind of a plot right there. And just the other boy comes out the car too, and they just start stomping my face repeatedly with their feet. I mean, at first I tried to get out of when he was dragging me. Obviously I wasn't getting anywhere, so at this point I just like curl up and I'm like, "Protect your head." And so I do, and they they beat me up pretty damn good, I'll say that. Fucking assholes. So much that, and I'd never been beat up like this before, that he told me to get out of there, and I couldn't stand. Why are my legs not, I didn't understand that. Why are my legs not working if you were stomping my face Like, these are fine. But they weren't. And so he lifted me up from my backpack again, and I landed on my feet, and then my legs gave out. I mean, they weren't working. So, and then I fell again, and he's like, get out. I was like, I'm trying to get out of here. My face is just fucking oozing with blood. And I had just got my nose pierced back then too, and it was one of the first piercings, so it was like really a thick one, and yeah, that was gone. That was embedded for a while. I had an esthetician try to get it out. She couldn't get it out either. But so I'm walking, no fucking service. It's dark. Now I'm not only just walking with my bags trying to walk, but now I got a bloody ass face, and I take my phone with the flashlight, and I'm just like, anybody I know, probably no one's gonna help me. I look like shit. Like, who's gonna want to help me looking like this? 2 cops passed by me, and they kept going. And I had to ditch one of my bags, kind of stash it. And as I'm walking, I'm noticing the shadows of people following me. They were running, trying, but there's lights coming from both directions with the cars, so they couldn't quite escape them. But they were following me and hiding behind bushes and shit. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I learned my lesson. I'm never going to talk about this. It's so stupid. But whatever I could say, just leave me alone. And the car stopped, and he was like, whoa, dude, what happened? And I was like, he was part of it. He pretty much told me, lightweight told me, if I don't shut the fuck up, I'm dead. That's pretty much what he said. And he took me to the fucking hotel, Harrah's Casino right there. And I had already had scheduled a visit, or my friend to come pick me up, and I was just about to miss it, I'm pretty sure. But with him giving me the ride, my friend was right there in valet. And so I didn't have to go inside, thank God. And I get in his car, and he takes me to Lake Elsinore where I was staying. And I didn't know, I never got beat up like that, but yeah, don't sleep with the blood on you. It's a horrible sticky mess to get off of you the next day, but I was just so exhausted, and I just went right to sleep. And so there's that. Yeah, he actually admitted it to me, though. There's that. This is a lot. I don't even know. Oh my gosh, it's so much. It's so much. It's so fucking much. And it hasn't stopped. You know, one day, I mean, there's so many, there's so much in between that time, because the guy who had got me evicted, well, after he broke my finger on Thanksgiving Day, a month and a half after he had moved himself in, I kind of stayed in contact with him. I don't know if I trauma bonded with him, or sadly, that's so sad, you know, and it's like, someone I know, you know, I just kept inviting him back into my space, which was fucking stupid. I didn't know about the bonus thing at the time, but I mean, still. But he got me in like so many car accidents, and you know, oddly enough, all the car accidents were on my side. One of them, you know, the trafficker had bought me a truck. A month later, this guy totals it, right? But that one was interesting because we got off the freeway, and then what happens, he says he fell asleep. Well, if you're tired, you're going to fall asleep on the freeway, not where I make the exit and then get off. But typically, but okay. So he got off, and then went into oncoming traffic, straightened out, then hit a fucking pole on my side only. So you went on the other side of the road, straightened it out, and then hit the pole, and that's an accident? I don't know. And all the accidents were in there. I want to say there was probably like six car totaling accidents in a year. So someone was trying to kill me. Not to mention, I was raped twice with tampons left inside me. Didn't know what that was. The second one almost killed me. I couldn't walk and I couldn't breathe. I went to 4 hospitals. The 4th hospital, I'm sitting in the waiting room for hours. As usual, the other ones did the same thing to me. 4 different hospitals, okay? And my friend's sitting with me, and I look at her and I was like, I'm sorry to ask you this, but can you glove up? Do you think we can go to the bathroom? Maybe you can get it out, because this is going to take forever. And I feel like shit. I can barely breathe right now. And she's like, yeah. So she can feel it. She said she can feel it, but she can't quite reach it. She can't get a grasp on it. And I was like, fuck. And then right then they call my name. So I go to the back. The physician's assistant opens me up, whatever, pulls it out, throws it away, and said there's